So last night a new boss was added in game, the Zealoid Prelate, a big old infested boss with its very own unique fight mechanics. It wasn't Arlo, which a lot of us wanted to fight Arlo, and we're really hoping that we would get a chance to punt that little shit into orbit. But we settled for the Zealoid Prelate fight. He comes with his own shiny new health bar at the top of our screens, which a lot of you really seem to want more of for existing bosses. Who would have thought something as simple as that would make people so happy, right? Who would have thunked it? Now, of course, he also drops parts for his infested glaive for us to build, called the Pathocyst. 3 parts in total, not shrubbery, right? Fuck you guys. Blade, blueprint and subcortex. You need 2 blades and 1 each of the other items to build the full weapon. They are, of course, all common parts. With 33.33 drop chance, percent drop chance. I honestly feel targeted. Probably I shouldn't have poked fun at the whole Gauss pronunciation thing, right? I should have just left things well enough alone. But this is it. This is the weapon. A mastery rank 9 viral slash based glaive with the speed of, I guess, a Disneyland mobility scooter with several people sitting on top of it. It's really slow. Decent crit chance, 30% status chance and a solid base damage as well. It also has a bit of a gimmick to it. Throwing the glaive or hitting enemies with it will spawn in little nidus-like maggots, which will then run around and crowd control enemies by jumping onto them and latching onto them, and then in the end kind of do bugger all damage whatsoever. Now, before you ask about the strain mods for the helmet charger, they don't seem to affect these glaive maggots, or they didn't for me, so I'm not sure if maybe they're actually meant to or not, and maybe they're currently bugged, or if it's just the way it's meant to be. I would imagine it's just the way it's meant to be. I had the strain mods equipped and seen no increase to damage whatsoever, which is a shame because if they did work, then it might allow you to have a maggot styled build with Nidus, the helmet, and of course the glaive maggots running rampant. As they are, they're an okay gimmick. They crowd control nicely and can give you a little bit of breathing room, but the damage is really low. Now let's get straight into the damage of the actual glaive. Throwing it seems like a waste. I know it's a glaive, it's a thrown weapon, but it seems like a waste. The Serrata or the Glaive Prime deal a lot more damage when you throw those. Meowed Pikey Slicer gives enemies a right old kicking, which you can see from this footage, kills enemies nearly instantly, huge numbers dead enemies. The Pathocyst doesn't, it just doesn't. The damage fell off really quickly at about level 100 enemies, which is still, I guess, the complete star chart if you want to measure it that way. And anything beyond that level 100 just took too many throws of the Pathocyst in order to kill them, even with Condition Overload equipped and a status applying secondary. However, using this weapon as a straight up melee weapon gave me much better results. Building it for a mix of Condition Overload and Blood Rush while also running Gladiator mods on my Deconstructor Prime allowed me to kill level 160 heavy gunners quickly, so it gets shite done, and it gets it done fast. The viral procs especially are really nice, so for the sake of this footage I popped 3 Forma on my Pathocyst and I tried 2 different builds. One was a throwing build, which like I said felt pretty weak compared to my Pikey Slicer Prime, but the other build was a straight up melee build complete with both sacrificial mods for increased crit chance, Blood Rush to bounce my crit chance even higher, faster, Condition Overload for increased damage depending on those status effects since it is a viral weapon, and then some elemental mods as well. Now I also had Gladiator mods equipped on my Deconstructor Prime, like I said, to allow me to hit orange crits almost instantly, which you can do just in case you didn't know. The sacrificial mods aren't exactly needed. I just wanted to really push the weapon and see what kind of damage I could get out of it. Now the weapon is okay, just okay. Unless the maggots could benefit from those strain mods, then I see no real reason to use this as a thrown weapon over the glaive. As a straight up melee weapon, it's okay, it's decent, it gets stuff done as well. It can kill anything in the star chart and beyond, so it's definitely worth checking out. We currently have better melee weapons in the game, there's no doubt about that whatsoever. So for me, this weapon is mastery fodder. It is neutral when it comes to Riven disposition, so maybe if you get a really good Riven for this, then it would definitely make it worthwhile. Maybe it's a bit of a sleeper weapon, but right now I don't have a Riven, so I didn't get the chance to check it out. However, this is just my opinion. Let me know how you feel about the Pathocyst, whether you like it or not. The boss fight, it's good. It's a good bit of fun. It's not too hard. The mechanics are pretty simple. Like you guys, I would also like the health bar for other bosses. More stuff like that and fight mechanics would be a welcome change to existing bosses in game. But do me a huge favour and hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, or don't if you didn't. Subscribe for more Warframe, and as always, thanks very much for watching.